Episode 7. Getting close. Only one more to go. And now we're into the Craftsman stuff. I almost said Snap-on stuff. But that was last episode. This episode, we're into the Craftsman stuff. So we're going to see a really cool rotary tool. Crown logo. We're going to see some wrenches. We're going to see, what else do we have in here? We got nut drivers, those kinds of things. We've got wrenches. We've got, I think that's it on this one, maybe a few other miscellaneous pieces. The next episode is going to be all sockets. But we're into the Craftsman stuff, and there is everything from underline C vanadium all the way up to some Chinese-made Craftsman stuff. So check it out. This one's a cool one. I will tell you my favorite piece is the Crown logo rotary tool because it's still in the box, still has the styrofoam, still has most of the pieces. As you see in this video, I turned it on, it works. And it's not that I've ever really searched for one, but that's the first one of these, like, still in the case. It's the big aluminum tool. It's the first one I've seen, like, with all the pieces still there. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I want to add it. I'm actually looking over at the box where I want to add it to. I've got one of the gray and red vintage Craftsman boxes, and it's going to go in there. So enjoy. Remember, I'm Burnout. I love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. All right, so we're going to start the Craftsman adventure. We'll start off nice and easy. Saw this box. I thought it would be cool. I've got one of the gray and red late 60s in through the 70s Craftsman boxes. And a lot of stuff of that generation was Crown logo, and then eventually became the Sears Craftsman logo in 77. So this is a Crown logo rotary grinder. See if I can open it. I can. It doesn't touch the boom. That's awesome. It's got this guy. It's got a decent amount of bits still. Still has this wheel. Still has a smaller wheel. Doesn't have many of the other small bits. The nice die grinder stuff still in really good shape. I say most of this is in pretty good shape. I can fill in the other pieces. They may not be Sears pieces, but I can fill them in. It's got the tool itself. You can see on the back there, it is a Craftsman hand grinder. We've got the longer reach. And 2 of these wrenches for removing, loosening it. We've got, I like the tape on my hand. The rotary electric, all in one. It's still got the instruction manual with the crown. We got the holder. I guess as you can mount this to something if you want to. And then it gives you a way to hold it steady. And we even have the instructions for using this guy. Although the ground strap is gone, so it wouldn't work any better than not using it. This is styrofoam painted red from the factory. So to have it still intact is awesome. Now let me plug this in real quick. And let's try it out. Don't try this at home, guys. Always have a good safety protocol if you're going to be doing this type of thing, because you don't know if there's a short inside of it. And gosh, one of the guys I watch, he's out of Florida. He buys a lot of power tools, He said that one time he had a tool that had a grounding issue inside, and it shocked him pretty good whenever he flipped the switch on. So I'm going to flip the switch on. I may have done this yesterday already. She still works. Works really well. Looks like this probably goes like that, if you wanted to mount it up on something. And you can rotate it or whatever you want to do. That's cool. Like I said, I think this will just be a neat piece to add to the 70s, early 70s box that I've got. So this was another auction I won for like $5, maybe $7.50. I think $5. We'll see what's next. So this right here was the most expensive lot I bought at the auction. I think it was $50. If I remember correctly, it was $50. Excuse me. I added this to it. This actually came out of one of the other boxes. It was just kind of buried in there. But it's the Popular Mechanics version of the Esco Roundhead. I do not have the Popular Mechanics version. So I thought that was cool. It took me forever to find the one that says Esco. I've got a few of the Craftsman ones, but I thought that was cool. So I took that from that box and put it in with this stuff. Now, they're speaking of round heads. Here's a 3/8 drive round head. I actually haven't looked at these other than I did a walkthrough of the auction itself. And this one is, pull it up here. It's a V, and it's the one with the patent numbers, so that's cool. Let's get some of these halves out of here. That one's the chrome switch. That one's nice and smooth. And the guy who had these, he had prices on them. So like this one, he wanted $20 for. This round head, he wanted $20 for. This one is a VF. Here's another $20 one. And this one is a V. This one I wanted $25 for. It's the 70s style without the lines. And it's a V. And it's an oil port. Now this one feels like it may need to come apart. It turns okay. It just feels like it jumps between the teeth too fast. So it probably is a little gummed up. This one's that same head style with the oil port. This one's a good candidate to come apart and get good and cleaned. This one with the patent number and the Flying V. So this is one you don't see very often, the Flying V version of this. The 3/8 over there. The halves out of the way. One more. This one he was wanting $20 for. It's a non-oil port. Barn A. V. So let me get into the rest of the 3/8 stuff. This is the, what they call this, the prop. So it's like the USA version of the Tri-Wing before the Tri-Wing. It's a VL. To me, these always feel like they want to slip. But they grab every time. This one he wanted $18 for. No oil port. Patent numbered. Probably needs a good cleaning. Here's another one. He wanted 18 for this one as well. It's a forged in USA V. This one is the 70 style without the lines. It's still a cast switch, but the different style one, the arrowhead pointing one or whatever. I don't know what people call that one. This one he was $15 on. This is the newer version of that style without the lines. It's a VH. All right. The other one was a KU. Didn't even look at that. So actually the KU might be the newer one. Not sure. Have to look. That one feels really nice. And this one's a VS. It's a smooth panel too. You wanted $15 for this one as well. So we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them that I bought. This one came from another group, so 12 ratchets. So it was under $5 a ratchet. Not too bad. And again, most expensive lot that I bought out of the entire auction. That's why I got kind of caught up in buy it, because everything seemed like it was going cheap. I will say I've noticed that when auctions close on holidays, a lot of the people who really drive the prices up, I think, are enjoying the holiday because the prices don't seem to go as high. Just a little auction tip if you guys watch auctions. Let's see what we got next. Okay, these are all the different drivers. To me, there's nothing special here. A lot of ones that look like they're starting to get mange. They're mostly all Western Forge. There are some F-Series, but most of what we see in here, most of what we see I think is F-Series. Yeah, or K's and F's. The K-Series I think is what we see the most of. Drivers, we got some of the earlier ones that are just the blue. But everything is like a barn style A on all the tools. No pointy A's or any of that pre-1970 or whatever it is. There's this. That's the 2-angle flathead. And this, which is not Craftsman, but it somehow fell in the grouping. I just thought it was kind of funny. Looks like a popsicle or something. Rocket pop. It's a ratcheting screwdriver. Clean it up, put it on the shelf. So that's, all these need clean majorly. There's none of them that look great. That one, it's okay. This is probably the best looking one. Everything else looks like it needs a makeover. So I'll put it in the bin to clean up. On to the next lot. All right, so let's start looking at Craftsman wrenches. I'm not going to go through and count all these or look at all these. I will tell you there's 96 wrenches between these three piles. These are kind of the small ones. These are the mediums, the 1/2 inch, 9/16. This is like 11/16 and above. I think 1 inch is the largest I have in this pile. They're all V, VV, VA. Probably the most unique feature you'll see here are ones like this without the lines, which were generally from the 70s. This one looks like it's never been used. Still has some of the sticker on the back. And it's a VV. So usually they're Vs, but you will see some VVs. Most of these are in good shape. They just need a good cleaning. Things like that. Just a little bit of rust in there. Nothing major. This one's probably the most discolored. Again, just a little bit of rust. So they all take a little bit of work. People ask me, I've been asked, why are your wrenches so expensive? And they're really not. So I'm like $4 for these, $8 and $15. Actually, 1 inch and above is $15. $8 for the stuff in the middle when it comes to selling them in the booth. That's because I put all that time in to clean them and get them going. And you don't want to walk into Lowe's right now and pick up the Chinese versions of these because they're $12, $18, and $26, I think, something like that. And eBay, they're about double the prices I have listed because there'll be shipping included, eBay fees, all that stuff. So I just want to bring it to people when they're at the market and have them there and available. These aren't going to be cleaned right away. That's not my high priority. My pegboard is pretty much full. And yeah, so I don't need to clean these up yet. I am selling wrenches, so eventually they will have to be cleaned. There are some sizes I currently don't have in stock. Two sizes I'm thinking of right now, I think, are 17 and 18 millimeter. But these are all just SAE. I'm going to grab the metrics next. Then I still have double opens. And then I got some that I've pulled out the Flying V's and stuff. So the reason I broke these down, they were all in sets. And the reason I broke these down was that, a guy had like this VV in with Flying V's. And I want to pull out all the Flying V's. Those are special to a lot of people. Those are the nostalgia wrenches. These are the take it home, work with it, use it, abuse it if you must. Don't take a grinder to it and that kind of stuff. These things are nice. Go pick up stuff out of my dollar bin. You want to take a grinder to something. But if you want a good quality wrench to use at home, that's what these are. A Flying V, yeah, you can use them. If you watch the video of me doing an oil change on my Harley, I use Flying V tools to do that, just to show guys, hey, that's what they're for. So let me get these taken down, and I'll move on to the metrics and show you those piles. So again, this was 96 wrenches in this pile. So now I've sorted out all the general metrics. So we've got some 21s, some 18s, 19s, 17s. We got 10 millimeters. We got them. We got all the small sizes down to 6, 7, 8, 9 in this pile. This pile is 10 through 15. This is the crustiest wrench so far, and that'll clean up pretty easy. So yeah, there were 59 in these standard combination metrics. So what's that take us to? 155 now? Total wrenches. And it's just combination wrenches. I did pull out 4 or 5 metric with the smooth panel because I don't have very many metrics. I only got like 1 or 2. And I think I needed every one of them for my smooth panel set that I'm putting together. So those are not in here. But yeah, that gets us to 155 total on combination wrenches. I'll get these moved out of the way. We'll look at double opens next, I think. Okay, so here are the double opens that are not Flying V, that are not the flat panel. They're double lined, kind of standard ones. So I do have the 5/8 and 3/4, 19 32nds, 11 16ths, half 9 16ths, 3/8, 7 16ths, and quarter 5 16ths. So almost a full set. There's one larger one I think that's supposed to be there. And I've got another set that's 5/8, half, and 3/8, and then the other side. Some triplicates. Metrics, I got the 17-19, the 13-15, and 2 10-11s. Now, one thing that's interesting about these two right here, and I have them over here in triplicates. I just wanted to show you these. You can see these look different. They look beefier in this area. I did not realize that they made a Chinese version of double opens. I thought they had stopped making them by then. But nope, they have them. So these two are Chinese. Like I said, I got the U.S. version ones over here. I'll put these in a bin. Some people may want them. Maybe they're finishing off a Chinese set that they use in their house or something. So we had 167. I had to count some ones that we'd seen in some earlier hauls too with the combos. So 67. So that's 184 now that we've looked at the double opens. Next up is going to be the special wrenches. So the Flying V's, the flat panels that I pulled out for myself, and I think there's a couple of vanadiums as well. Let's check them out. Okay, these are the non-Flying V pieces. So these are the flat panel double opens. So we got a 3/4 by 7/8. A 25/30 seconds by 13/16. An 11/16 by 13/16. A 5/8 by 3/4. And a 1/2 by 9/16. So almost a full set of those, which is cool. I had a couple of them, but I know I didn't have a full set. So I'll have to see what I got. And then there's a duplicate as well. Another 9/16 and a half. And there's really nothing special about that panel. It's just something I ran across, and I got nearly a full set of combination wrenches, of SAE ones. So then I just started seeing what else I could pick up. Over here, we've got the metric combinations, so 17, 14, 12, and 6. Here we've got, this one's not a Craftsman. It is an SK Electrolyte that someone brazed a hook on the end of. So just a customized wrench. It was in the bottom of that bin for some reason. This is one of the spline style 13/16, the teardrop wrenches. New old stock, still has the part number and stuff on it. I don't have any of those. I just got one of the ratchets and a couple of the sockets. This one here, the Underline C, forged in USA, CI. 1033C, 15/16 by 1 inch. This was in, if you saw earlier, the box with all the large proto wrenches. This was also in with that. And then this was in with some of the, actually one of these two, the 1/2 inch 9/16, and then just a standard VV in a baggie that just said double open wrenches. But it's a Craftsman Vanadium 7/16 by 3/8, forged in USA, ACI. So I'll pull these down and we'll get into the Flying V stuff. Okay, so we're back with all the combination wrenches. So with these, we've got a 7/8, no 3/4, an 11/16, a 5/8, a 9/16, a 1/2, a 7/16, a 3/8, and a 5/16. And then we have another 11/16, 5/8, 9/16. We do have a 1/2 over here, but I'll get to that one in a minute. A 7/16, a 3/8, and a 5/16. 2 extra 5/8, and then a 14 millimeter, which it's hard to find these in metric in the Flying V. So these two that are pulled out are a little bit more special, and that they're the 1945 to 1947 variant, so Craftsman on that side. Oh wait, that one actually has a V. Okay, I thought there was another, was it 7/16? Is it 2 9/16? Okay, now I'm confusing myself because I thought I had seen a second one that didn't have a Flying V. Maybe I'm just getting tired. Okay, well, here's one. You can see the V here. And then no V on that side. So that's the 1945 to 1947 variant on the Flying V. And metrics are always cool to find. So I'll get the double opens out now. We'll check those out. Okay, so these are the Flying V double opens. This is a full set, including the 25-30 seconds 13/16. That's an oddball. It did not come in every set. This is another set without that one. So it's one different. This set's missing that one plus another one. Here's some extras. And then this is a 6-inch adjustable. It was in the bottom of the wrench box for some reason. Needs a good cleaning. Looks like it's a pinned in one. No, it's a screw, I think. Oh, it's a pin. There's just a line there. But it's coming out a little bit, so it might come out. If not, it's just going to get oiled and cleaned and all that good stuff. So I think that concludes all of our wrenches. That was a lot. Sockets are next. That's a lot more.